Well, in this lesson, we're going to set up the membership payment system. So let's get into it right away. The first thing we're going to do, we can go here to theme options and we can get to our theme options, or we can scroll down to the page down here where we're going to have um, theme options again. So if you click on either one of these theme options, it's going to bring you to this screen. This is where most of your setting is going to take place. Now, if we scroll down here a little ways down, we're going to see payment and membership. Click on that button. And then on that button, you can see that it has some settings here in the main window, but there's also some other settings here. Don't forget about these, because these are other screens that will allow you to set up various other subjects and topics. Okay? Now, with that said, we're going to go back here and we're going to just kind of look at this screen. Right now, I have this set up to submit listings should be approved by the admin, yes. Edited listings, no. How are they going to be paid? They're going to be paid by membership. Now, right here, I'm going to show you that there's no fee being charged. You could charge nothing and then charge for featured listings to be upgraded to a feature listings. You could charge by the listing, per listing, meaning that everybody pays the same exact price for a listing, and that whatever that amount is what everybody's going to be charged. Or you could set up a membership system where if somebody buys, let's say a real estate company is going to work with you, and they have a couple real estate agents in their office, and each real estate agent is going to list 10 listings. Well, if they're paying by the listings for each individual listing, it might get a little bit expensive for them to do that. A better incentive might be to give them discounts after they've reached so many listings. Now, I've debated back and forth which one is the best situation for me here. Basically, I'm not working with real estate companies or real estate agents or brokers. We're really looking for the owner that wants to sell the unit by himself. And so we also want real estate people to jump in there too if they want their listings online. But I've concluded that the membership one is basically the one that I'm going to have to go with, because I want to set up the flexibility of discounting multiple listings and then charge the per listing fee also. But it does give you an option here of various ways that you can go, which is great. Now, in a situation whenever we have a membership, we have to have auto recurring billing, because they're going to pay by the month, and the next month they're going to need to be reminded and to be billed again. So, or if you're going to do every 3 months, whatever you're billing, whatever your membership system winds up being, whatever the particulars are there, that's where you're going to come in there and decide when the listing is expired, what happens. We want it to be automatically renewed. Okay? The next thing is that when you have a listing, you want to expire on a certain day, or a certain amount of days, and so we pick 30 days. I've picked 30 days here as the amount. I'm also talking about the currency to be paid is US dollars, and you can choose what you want, because there's a host of currencies that you can choose from. Now, the price to make the listing featured, to make a featured listing, you can throw that in here. It's a little bit high right now, but I just kind of trying to figure out what it is on the correct pricing. The next thing here we're going to talk about is going to be that when you're setting this up, you don't want to be charging real credit cards, so they have what we call a sandbox. And in the sandbox, you can play all you want. When you're ready to turn it live, you're going to switch over here to live, and we're going to start being live. If you have terms and conditions, which I suggest everybody has, you need to set up the page where that's going to go. Other than that, that's the basic information that we're going to start with here. Now, coming up with pricing is kind of a tough situation, and that's going to warrant an entire kind of little program all of its own. But to go back up here and to show you that you said if you don't want to have any paid submissions, you're going to say no. And when somebody sends in a submission, do you want it to expire? Most likely you do, and you just set a time period for, again, you have your terms and conditions. Now, the next thing would be, no, I want to offer free, but I want them to pay for the featured. So we're going to go through, we're going to say yes to the expires in 30 days, and then we're taking the currency, how much is it for the, make the featured listing featured. So when there's a featured listing on the front page, how much are we going to charge for that? And that's actually the way in this situation that you're only going to make money on these upgrades here. At this point, that's a little high, but we're leaving it there. When we go per listing, it's the same amount, except for we need a price for the listing and then how much to make it a featured listing. So we have two forms of revenue coming in there. We have the revenue for the actual submission, and then we have the revenue for the upgrade. All right? Now, all of that takes place right here. When you choose membership, now we have to set up the membership packages, because each membership comes in a package, and you can set that package up for so many days. And that will be what we're going to talk about in our next lesson, how to set up the membership packages. So stay tuned for the next lesson on how to set up Houzez packages.